Not right now. I'm actually live right now. Hang on. Hi, guys. I have to deal with my son real quick. Hang on. This is bright. Not right now. Why? Because I'm on live Facebook Live right now, and I'm going to do a leadership training.
Okay.
And then I'll come and help you.
Okay.
Okay? Can you shut my door, please? Can you shut my door? You can't be in here because you'll be loud. You can be quiet as a mouse? Okay. Will you shut my door, please, Greg? Sorry. Summertime. The kids are all home. I have so much to talk to you guys about today. I'm super excited about this. So, leadership. Leadership and mentoring is what I'm going to talk to you about today. And it is my favorite aspect of Beachbody, of what this business has done for me and the relationships I've developed with other people. Leadership and mentoring is one of the greatest, most empowering things you can do, and it's a huge responsibility. So let's just jump right in. I know noon on Friday is kind of hard for everybody, so this video obviously will be here for you guys. Comment below with any questions if you're not on live, and I will answer them as soon as possible. As you all know, I have still been going up and down with my grandma. She is having a miraculous recovery. Last Thursday, they told us she was dying and, it would be hours. And today, she is doing great. She's probably going to end up living here and be full care for a while, but at least she's, with it mentally. So that's huge. So thank you all for your prayers and concerns. So first, we're going to talk about, the role of a leader. And being a leader basically means you're earning and building trust with your team, right? You earn the role of a leader by building that trust. You can't just come in today and say, hey, I'm a leader. You have to build that trust and earn that title. Working on your skills every day without stopping, being consistent, looking inward and evaluating yourself is a huge role of the leader. A leader has this unwavering vision for not only yourself, for your entire team. So I'm going to talk to you about some tips that will help you in your leadership roles and help you, show your team what the leader is. That's one of the most important things, is showing your team how to be a leader. Grayson, I'm going to finish this video real quick. Sorry, guys. Okay, just be quiet as a mouse, please. Okay? Okay, so the first tip is identify individual strengths. Every person is different, and when I first started this business, I made the big mistake of just assuming everybody thought like me and saw things like me, and at that time, I was, if you told me this is what I needed to do, I just went and did it. If for a workout program, I just followed the program. I worked out every day. I followed the nutrition plan. I got great results. I didn't cheat. I didn't have any cheat meals. And that's just where I was personally. And I just thought everybody else was like that too. I just thought you could just tell them and they just would go do it. But as we all know, not everybody is like that. So assess their personalities. That is a huge part, and it makes your life a lot easier as a leader, because everyone doesn't think or feel or even like to be recognized the same way. So a great book is Personality Plus. Another one that's really easy to follow is Danny Johnson's Gems. And then there's also one about color coding. I've done that one a couple of times, but I actually like the Gems the best because it's really easy, cut and dry. And Danny Johnson used to work a lot with Beachbody, so it was easy to find a lot of her information for free. And I actually made up one of her tests too, if anybody wants to borrow it or see it. Categorize your coaches. So, I have certain coaches that are all pearls. I have certain coaches that are all emeralds, and some are rubies, and that's, Danny Johnson's Gems. And I put them kind of in a little category where I know the certain category, I know how to speak to those people. I know what motivates them. I know, how they're driven, how their mind works, how that, they're just, how to keep them interested, motivated, and excited and passionate. Some people, especially like rubies, if you have a ruby mentality, you're usually like all in, gung-ho, full speed ahead. They usually like recognition. They're very recognition driven for the most part. They like seeing their name in lights. Then there's people who are a little bit more, they just want a phone call from you, or they just want you to write them a note, and that alone drives them. Or some people, they don't like their name in lights. They don't want that big recognition, but they just want you to know that you're seeing what they're doing and you're proud of them, So everyone's different. Everyone has that different mentality, a different incentive for them to keep driving forward. So you got to find out how the different people work. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked because Grayson's in here talking to me. Shh. I'm getting so confused. So create incentives based on motivation, what motivates them specifically. And you'll find in your coaches, everyone, you're going to have groups of people that think and are driven the same way, and they usually really click. And they're just naturally driven together. So you can kind of work with those groups in that manner as well. Mentor your coaches individually based on their personality styles. So that's one thing that I have really gone towards, is mentoring a lot more in one-on-one atmosphere versus doing large groups, large trainings such as this, which these are amazing and they're great. But behind the scenes, I like to do a lot more one-on-one mentoring. That allows you to really get on board and know what their goals and their why, and what they're doing this for, and what their long-term goals are, what their short-term goals are. Because, let's face it, everybody's different and not everybody wants the same thing out of this business. Show them that you care about them just as much as you care about your mission, right? That's huge. You care about them just as much as you care about the mission of your team. Number 2, listen to your coaches. It's not a one-size-fits-all business. So make sure that you're speaking to them specifically and you know what they specifically want out of this business. Not everyone wants to be a diamond coach, which at first I thought, come on, everybody wants to be a diamond coach. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants the extra money. But you need to speak to them specifically and see what they want. And in groups such as this, when I have coaches in it, I like to ask them, why do you want to be a diamond coach? What is it about being a diamond coach that appeals to you? And a lot of times you'll hear things like, I want to quit my full-time job. Okay, well, that's awesome, but you're going to have to push a lot further, right? Because we all know becoming a diamond coach is not going to get you to quit your full-time job. But it's a great stepping stone to get there. Or I want to be a part of, the leadership groups. Or I want to, prove to my family that I can do this. Or whatever reason it is, everybody has a different reason. And by learning that reason, you can create a game plan with them to help them take the steps and the action steps to get to that destination. So make sure I hit everything there. So you're going to ask them questions. This is huge. This is a big thing that a lot of people skip. Ask them, what is their main goal? Are they income driven or are they rank driven? That's a huge thing that can decipher how they build their business, especially in the beginning when they're laying that strong foundation. What would they rather see? Are they driven for recognition and they want to see their name in lights and they want to hit that diamond rank? Or do they need to pay bills? Are they struggling financially? Do they want to quit their full-time job? Because how you build your team is way different in both scenarios. And you want to help them achieve those goals so that they stick around, right? If somebody is income driven and they're already diamond but they're not making any money, then they're going to get frustrated and they're going to want to quit. And they're going to lose trust in you because you as their leader aren't showing them the stepping stones that they need to take to actually achieve their personal goals. And sometimes that means your goals, your personal goals are going to take a hit, which, that's me. My personal goals have taken a hit, but I am income driven. So therefore, I attract income driven coaches. So yes, they may not be pushing for diamond like crazy, but they're building that foundation, they're building that income because that is their focus and their goal. And so yes, maybe I'm not hitting my goals of 10-star and 15-star and all that jazz, but they're hitting their goals. And that makes me just as happy probably more happy, more fulfilled, and they're sticking around, and they're here. Their longevity is here. Their heart's in the right place, and they're inspired and excited because they're hitting their goals. They're able to see XYZ, I took these action steps, and it's paying off. So it's a very huge point to make sure that you're talking to your coaches about. Okay, encourage consistency. This is one that a lot of people get tied up on, and it's so easy to do. Make sure that you encourage consistency and you just tell them to put those blinders on. Because for me, for instance, Kelly Jimenez and I started at the same time. I'm income driven. She's recognition driven. She is 8-star diamonds, elite, has been elite for 3 years now. And I'm a 4-star diamonds. And I didn't even hit premier, and that can be so frustrating. That can be crazy frustrating. But I have to put my blinders on because I know she built her team one way and I built my team another way. And just because, she's been a coach just as long as me and she's flying in the recognition category, I have to let that go because we both had different goals in the beginning. We both started our teams in different paths. Let's see, Sarah Gobb, she's one. She just flew and took off right away. And that's fine, but same thing. She was recognition driven and I was income driven. So I just had to put my blinders on and not let that get in my eyesight or in my way or that negativity into my brain at all, because I'm doing me and I'm proud of where I am and I'm so happy and so blessed for where I am. But sometimes it's hard because you see that and you're like, well, why don't I have that? Why don't I have that? You just got to let it go, put those blinders on and just go for it because you do you. This is your business. You do you. Let's see. Oh, and then of course you have to anticipate the obstacles and discuss that with them ahead of time. So rank driven, if they're rank driven, I like to tell them, okay, you really have to put your blinders on because you're going to see people who are, hitting diamond, hitting 2-star, hitting 3-star, and they may be doing it a lot faster than you. But if you're building your business for rank, then for income, then sometimes your rank suffers. And it takes just a little bit longer, but do not fret. It all happens eventually. You're just maybe not going to hit it as fast as everybody else. Or maybe you're working full time and you want to hit this huge goal, but you're working full time and then you see someone who's a stay-at-home mom and maybe she has kids at school, so she has all day to work on it. That can be frustrating. So anticipate those hardships that they may see or those issues that may come across. And help them through it beforehand. So, kind of give them, set them up with an action plan before it even gets there. Okay, so the next one is leaders have a playbook, right? All leaders have a playbook. They plan the work and they work the plan. So for instance, my calendar. I do a calendar every month. I have, we're going to start this, we're going to start that, we're going to start this, we're going to start our challenge group on this day. We're going to do a clean eating group on this day. We're going to do new coach training on this day. We're going to have a what is coaching call this day. Creating that plan for you and your team is crucial for them to be able to duplicate your leadership style, to know, okay, here's the plan. Now you need to teach them the plan. As the leader, you need to teach them the plan. Why do we do our challenge groups, the first Monday of the month? What is the purpose behind that? Help them think through. Why do we do a what is coaching call usually the last Monday or Tuesday or sometimes Sunday night of the month? What is the rationale behind that? So help them create a calendar and help teach them why they would want to create a calendar this way. So then they in turn as leaders can step into that role and start doing it for themselves and their team and gain that confidence. Identify trends. This is a huge one. This is one that I can see a lot of people have been taken down by, but there's trends in the business, and anybody who's been in this business for 2+ years knows that around Christmas time, things start to slow down and selling a challenge pack is a little bit tougher, right? Everybody is thinking about buying gifts for other people. Money can be a little bit tight, so making the challenge pack sale is tougher than, say in mid-January, right? So identify those trends, create a plan around those trends, and set them up for success during that time and just, encourage them along the way. Provide direction and clarity. Provide focus, really create that for yourself and then share that with them. Inspire a model that is duplicable. Of duplication, right? Duplicable. I don't know if that's the real word, but can you guys see I'm still wearing my PJs? I don't know. Yeah, it's been one of those days. All right, next one is leaders push back. And this is one thing that is a balancing act. You don't want to push too hard, but you need to have a little bit of pushback to create and inspire and get the juices flowing and get them inspired. So stuff you aren't excited about. Let's give that as an example. This is a hard one. So when the Beachbody Health Bet first came out, I was not very excited about it because I didn't know like how this was going to work. Everybody was still really happy with Facebook, and they were really hesitant to join the Challenge Tracker app. And you know how that is now that we've been into it a little bit more. There's people who love Facebook and they don't want to jump ship, and then there's people who love the Challenge Tracker app. But at that point in time, there was more people who liked Facebook and they did not want to leave. They were very hesitant to go that route, especially because the new Challenge Tracker app was brand new and there were still so many glitches that needed worked out. But as a leader, I had a choice. I could say, forget it, we're not getting on board with that, just like keep doing your thing. Or I could take a look at it, jump all in 110% and get really behind it, educate our team, educate my challengers, troubleshoot it together, work through it together, and really take advantage of the incentive they were throwing at us. Or I could have just been left behind and done what was comfortable for all of us, right? Facebook was comfortable for all of us, and we could all run our challenge groups together. And this was something that was a little bit different, and we had to separate a bit. So instead, I decided I'm going to get on board 110%. I'm going to push back and really get into it and share it with my team. So I created videos instructing everybody how to use the app, how to add challengers to your app. I created videos for my challengers that I sent them in the email. And I was like, this is how you download the app. This is how you get started. Sorry about the banging. We have construction in the basement. So I created all these videos and then we troubleshooted it together. And it ended up being a phenomenal opportunity for all of us. And I tell you, it was the biggest month for our entire team. So I had the most coaches in the month, I think it was August, hit Success Club than any other month in all of 2016. So not only was I hitting my goals and hitting Success Club, but the majority of my coaches, my personally sponsored coaches, also hit Success Club that month. So that's huge. That's a big incentive because they're hitting Success Club and they're happy. All right, let's see what else I wanted to talk to you about. That's it for that one. Okay, so the next one is leaders know how to manage change. Nobody really likes change. I like change, but a lot of people don't like change. So choose the best time and the place to share your frustrations. Okay, this is a big one. You don't want to let negativity in your team pages, in your groups. That just bleeds through like crazy. So what I do when I get really frustrated or really upset, which, happens, I like to unplug, step away, give myself 24 hours, vent to my husband, go do something that I enjoy, then come back to it, address the elephant in the room, and then create a solution. Okay? I'm mad about this, XYZ. This stinks, but I'm not going to bring that into my group and bring everybody else down and turn it into this big, wine fest, complaining about everything. I'm going to step away. I'm going to unplug completely. I'm going to vent to poor Paul. And then I'm going to sit down, create a plan, and address it the next day in my challenge group. And I'm not going to create the plan obviously right away because I need to get away from it. And that's how you stay calm. And this works in any aspect. If you're frustrated dealing with a coach or you're frustrated dealing with a challenger, unplug, step away, give yourself 24 hours before you come back and address the situation. Don't just get heated and spout that out there because you will always regret that. Maintain that positive atmosphere in your groups. Address the elephant in the room, like I said. A leader is someone that is strong and confident and makes you feel like you can get through anything together. So you want to keep that going. You want to keep that going for your team. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect or be all to everything, but strong, confident, and we'll get through this together is all that they're looking for. And it has a trickle-down effect. One of my favorite things now is when I first started my Limitless Nation group, I would always have to answer every question. And anytime somebody said anything negative in it, I always had to diffuse the situation and get in there and do all the talking. Now, I barely have to do any of that anymore because I have so many amazing leaders, amazing coaches on our team that just jump in and diffuse the situation for me. If somebody posts something negative, there's probably 5 or 6 other coaches that will jump in there right away and diffuse the situation and create a solution themselves. Like, how amazing is that? That is incredible. And that is what you should have your goal be for your team, is that you show them, you set the example, and then it trickles down to them, and then you just kind of step back and they can, really fill into that leadership role and take the initiative themselves and feel confident to do such. Be solution oriented. That is huge. Always be solution oriented. If you have a problem, I'll solve it. I couldn't help that. So if you have a problem, be solution oriented, solve the problem, stay focused on the vision, the mission, and don't let all that other noise get in the way. Oh, this is a good one that I was just reading about. Getting over failure quickly. This is huge. I was actually just reading about this when I was reading some personal development this morning. I forget who, all the free personal development. And basically what she said is, if you were a major league batter, right, and the pitcher threw a strike, you wouldn't just sit down and cry right there at home plate because, that's it. You missed the first pitch and it was a strike and you're done, right? No, you're like ready for that next pitch. You're excited about it. You're going to hit that next ball and you're going to hit a home run and you're ready for it. You get a million tries in this business. So if you fail once, who cares? Get up, dust yourself off, and try again. Be excited about that next opportunity. So don't let failure get to you. Get over it fast. Give yourself that 24 hours and then get right back into it. Heck, sometimes I just give myself 5 minutes, a little pity party, and then I'm over it and on to the next thing. And that's what leaders do. And you set that example for your team, for the coaches you're mentoring. And then the last one is leaders are disciplined. Be a self-starter, self-driven. Have a to-do list. I always have a to-do list, and I love checking it off. There's just something about it. Don't get distracted. Maybe create a do not do list, right? You have your to-do list, have your do not do list. I need one of those right now. Stay focused and aligned with your end results. Keep your eye on that vision. Stay focused. Sometimes those distractions come in here and it can really try to get you off track, and sometimes they seem so pretty and so exciting, maybe something that you think would be good for your business, but when you sit down and break it down, it's not truly aligned with your visions and with your goals. And sometimes you have to say no to those things that you would really love to do. But a leader is going to be someone who sits down, looks at it, what is this going to take? Is this truly aligned with my vision? And they have to do the hard thing sometimes and say, nope, this isn't a part of it. And I'm kind of struggling with that right now with the Cleveland Market Council stuff. Sometimes I feel like maybe that's taking too much of my time and it's not aligned with my visions and my focus. But lately I've been really turning that into line with my business because heck, I got Shift Shop early. So that's a plus, right? And Chris Downing's my new BFF, so that's awesome. But, something to think about is champions don't become champions in the ring. All that hard work is done behind the scenes. They're just recognized in the ring, but they don't become champions in the ring. So when you look at Summit, when you look at the stage and you see all the recognition, or in the leadership groups and you see, 5-star recognition, That's great, but don't look at the stage. Go to their home. Go to their home and see what personal development they're doing every day, what they're doing consistently. What are the tasks that they're doing every single day? What are the hard things that they're doing when nobody else is looking? Because that right there is where a leader is born. It's not born on that stage. They didn't just show up and they were like, hello, today you are a 5-star diamond. Congratulations, walk up on the stage. They're putting in all that time and all that work behind the scenes when nobody else is looking. And that is the number one thing you can do to become a great leader. Leaders are great, not for their power, but for how they empower others. Empower others. Don't use your power to make people do what you want them to do. Empower them to make the choice to step up and do what they want to do, right? To encourage them to lead and to grow and to think that they can accomplish what they thought was impossible. What a huge responsibility and a blessing that you have. You hold their life in your hand, right? You hold their life in your hand and you have the power to inspire them and encourage them and let them see what is possible. That's huge. So that's all I have for you today. And I'm going to scroll through here and see if you guys have any questions. Oh, hi, Christy. Lots of good people on today. Hi, Rosa. Yeah, it's frustrating sometimes to be a leader, but when you stay focused and focus on yourself, and really, because that's all you can do. You can't control anybody else. So you really have to look at yourself, evaluate yourself as a leader, and then make changes and adapt as you see fit to, try to get the results that you're hoping to. But this is definitely a business that is self-driven, and it has to be about the person themselves. So it can be frustrating as a leader when you see somebody with so much potential, right? They have so much potential right here, but you can't make them do anything. Maybe this just isn't the right time for them, and eventually they're going to do it. So all you can do is empower them, encourage them, and inspire them, lead by example, and teach them what you're doing. Some people need a step-by-step instruction, and other people just need you to point, and they run with it. Okay, let's see. I can't do anyone in there. Now we can do video. Frustrating. Oh, I can't get anyone in there. Now we can. Yeah, I have actually more success with the Challenge Tracker app, but I've been on Facebook because I've needed the motivation myself with all that's going on with my grandma with honey bunches. Aw, thanks, Teresa. Well, does anybody else have any questions before I hop off here? If you think of anything else that you want me to answer, just click in the comments below and type it up, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. Do you want to come on here and say hi? My assistant has been here rolling on my balance ball, distracting me. Distractions. Come here, distraction. He's a cute distraction, but he's here. He's been you got a lot of hearts. They like you. All right, Grayson, tell him to go out there and lead. Come here. Oh, he's fine. Go out there and lead, ladies. You can do this. I'm so proud of all of you, and thanks for being on today. Thank you for being a part of this group. Thank you, Christina, who I see is going to have her little baby boy soon. Thank you for putting this group together. This was truly amazing, and I'm so honored to be a part of it. Bye.